Now it's time for Straight on the Point with Jesse T from some undisclosed location somewhere in the world. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Jesse T.
All right. I am so aggravated right now. I am so aggravated and agitated. I'm just over the top. The top. Ugh. Ugh. It's time for the Jesse T Show. Jesse T with you, Jesse Terrero, and I'm over the top. Over the top. It's a Tuesday in Southern California. Good to have you along with us at thepowerofvoices.com and facebook.com/Jesse Terrero. Yes, I got to push this button. I forgot to push that button. So, anyway, that's what's happening all day today. It's been forgot to push this button and forgot to push that button. So it's just taking me over the top. Yes. Okay. Something, when I get over the top, when it just goes, everything just doesn't work, right? Everything just doesn't get together and run smoothly. Like most of my life runs real smooth, right? So I have to do something. I have to do something really that calms me down a lot. That just, it's very calming to me, But first, I got to tell you, Facebook.com/Jesse Terrero. We are here right now live and also live on the Power of Voices and YouTube and Instagram Live as well, and live stream and Periscope right after the show as I post it up over there. Snapchat. We archive at a couple other places, thepowervoices.com, and we also archive at www.aventertainmentlive.com. Yes, there's so much to talk about today. I don't have any guests. It's just you and me, Jesse T, on the air and everywhere, from the community to the world. And I'm over the top. Dealing with attorneys today, dealing with real estate issues today, dealing with tenants that I got to evict that haven't left yet, that have court orders to be evicted, and they decide they didn't want to leave. So now their attorneys are in contempt of court, and I got to drag their attorneys in. Rid of executions, and setting up the show today. That's it. I got nothing done but being over the top. So what I got to do is I got to play something that calms me down. All right. Otherwise, I'm gonna bust a vein here like Clint Eastwood or Burt Reynolds used to. It's veins, so bust a vein. Okay. So you know what really calms me down? How to peel fruit the right way. So stay tuned. For the next minute and 30 seconds, I'm going to teach you how to peel fruit the right way with music and everything. Maestro, hit it. Woo! Here we go. Yee-hoo! I'm telling you, after you learn how to peel fruit, How can you possibly be frustrated or aggravated after that? That is the best relief of stress that a person ever created. How to peel fruit. And you know something? You learn something too. I never knew how to peel a pomegranate the right way. Get that stuff all over your face and stains your shirts and everything. But that was exciting stuff. All right, how to peel fruit the right way. 5 minutes of stress relief. Now it's time for the Jesse T Show. So it's good to be with you today. It's a Tuesday in Southern California. You never know what I'm going to come up with, like flying cars. Did you check out this flying car thing? Look at that. The flying cars are coming. It's a lithium jet car. Is that cool or what? Look at that thing. I mean, that's awesome. I want one of those flying cars. I so want one of those. It's a 5-seater air taxi. Uber and Lyft drivers, that's the coming age right there. They say this thing goes 180 miles an hour and go 200 miles. Well, you know, you don't run out of gas in this thing. You don't run out of electricity because it's the end of your life. But is that so cool? I want a flying car so bad. LA traffic is so awful, folks. If you live in another part of the country, LA traffic is the worst thing that God ever created to tempt man to go insane. Yes, that's God's ultimate test. Satan and God are playing with our stress and our nerves on the 405, 510, 110, 2, and, of course, the 710, 60, and 90, and the 210 and 118 freeways, the 52 and the 57 as well. They're just as bad in the 14. That's right. God and Satan are having a laugh watching us human beings mess around with traffic. I want one of those flying cars. So that would certainly get you above the fray, don't you think? Hey, did you hear that aliens may have existed in our solar system long before us? Aliens may have existed in our solar system long before us. I wonder if they were illegal aliens. I wonder if they had to build like a wall from here to infinity and back. I feel like Bob, you know, from here to infinity and back, right? Aliens were here long before us. That's what they say. This scientist here, he's the guy that found that megastructure like a gajillion, zillion, quadrillion, majillion, bajillion miles away. Those are Jesse T numbers as you enter the world according to Torero today. Yes, you are. It's straight on the point. So bajillion, bajillion, trillion, trillion, jajillion. These are numbers that I create in my crazy mind. Just to say, it's a long way. So this guy says aliens may have existed in our solar system long before us. Well, I can appreciate that. Then we all must be illegal aliens. You think about it. If they were here first, and now we're here, we must all be illegal aliens. Not just the illegal aliens that come, not from Mexico anymore. By the way, they're going back home. We have less immigration illegally and legally from Mexico now than we do from, you got it, China and the Arab nations that want to like off us. They want to off us, right? And China and North Korea, they're infiltrating us across the Mexican border. I wonder if they had problems with Mexicans and Chinese. I wonder if they had a problem with those dirty Russians, those Ruskies. You know? I wonder if they had those issues. No, they probably had problems with some other aliens from some other parts of the universe. So this guy, he's the guy, James T. Wright from Pennsylvania State University. This is a legitimate dude now. Now, this isn't me, you know, on acid. Of course, I don't take acid. But if I did take acid, I would be like out of control. Not to say that I'm not out of control already. But anyhow, James T. Wright from Pennsylvania State University raised the fascinating possibility that evidence of these extinct aliens could exist somewhere in the solar system. Wow. Wow. I want an alien so bad. Last night I had a dream that I was flying around the Starship Enterprise. A 5-year mission to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before, looking for green aliens. Oh, I just love the green alien girl in Star Trek. They ought to do a whole, sideshow on the green aliens. Oh, they were so hot. And they always like to, like, have some love, baby. Those are like love-making aliens. Yeah, I love that. James T. Kirk always had it good. But I wonder if those aliens had problems. Oh, that's only a face that mother could love. Sort of looks like what I look like in the morning before I put on the makeup. But, yeah, this guy says that he spotted the infrastructure last year. You remember the story. And he says that aliens may have been here before us. Well, now I'm going to do something here that's really going to piss off a lot of people. Because as you know, I did vote for Trump. I'm a Trumpster, and I think he's doing a great job. So I'm just going to zero out a lot of people right now. And that's okay, because, hey, I can't help but being me, Jesse T. So Trump's first 100 days in office. Now, you say, what did that boy do? Now, if you listen to the news, the mainstream media, you'll find out that this guy's the worst thing that was ever created on the planet Earth to ever don 2 legs and 2 arms, 2 eyeballs, 2 ears, a nose and a mouth. In fact, he's worse looking than that alien guy. If you believe Western media, regular media, mass media, right? What? No. The first 100 days, check it out. Check it out. I'm going to give you guys a headache now. All you Democrats out there, listen closely, because this is legit. This is legit stuff. Let's get past the hype, the good hype and the bad hype. Oh, I'm going to talk about that little crybaby boy in North Carolina. Well, I know a lot of crybaby boys in North Carolina. They're a bunch of rednecks. Anyhow, I'm going to talk about that guy in North Korea. There's not much difference between a crybaby in North Carolina, a redneck. A redneck? That's right, I'm a redneck from North Carolina. And the North Korean crybaby. I mean, they kind of look the same, except one kind of has slanted eyes and one has round eyes, but they sort of think the same, really nincompoops. I think they were born of the same mother that El Stupido Governor Brown, El Stupido Brown, and maybe Confetti Garcetti here in Los Angeles, and maybe the Assembly a-holes up in Sacramento. I think they were all kind of born by the same mother. We have to do some human trafficking issues there, I'm telling you. Yes. Okay, so what did our president, your president, my president, he's everybody's president, what did he do? He enacted 28 pieces of legislation, more than any other president since Harry Truman. Oh, do you remember who Harry Truman was? Yeah, Harry Truman was a Democrat. Harry Truman was a Democrat. Yeah, he was FDR's vice president. And so when FDR passed away, he was on a way to becoming the only president that served 4 terms. He served 3 terms. He wanted to be like Dictator Roosevelt. A Democrat? Yes. And don't forget the Republican Party, the party of Lincoln, did the Emancipation Proclamation. Yeah, don't forget about that. And it was the carpetbaggers and all those people down south from the Democratic Party after the Civil War that created all that Jim Crow stuff and continued slavery down there anyway. That President Lincoln had to send the Union Army back down there again to keep order and peace and allow African Americans, black folks, to be able to have a life. Yeah, don't forget about that. You got to look at history the right way. But anyhow, he enacted 28 pieces of legislation. The reason why I brought up Truman, because Truman dropped the A-bomb. He dropped the A-bomb, not once, but twice on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I've been to both those places, by the way. Very cool. Very cool. They're all built up, beautiful cities. But they have museums of what the city used to look like. Unbelievable. Enola Gay, right? A Democrat. I'm just saying, no Republican president has ever dropped an A-bomb. I'm just saying. But he enacted more pieces of legislation since Harry S. Truman, which was a pretty good darn president anyway. Not bad. He signed 25 executive orders, the most of any 100 days in over 50 years. Will be over 30 by the day 100. He achieved first Supreme Court confirmation in 100 days since 1881. I'm going to start rattling this off, so I'm going to give you guys a big headache, okay, you Kool-Aid drinkers? instituted tough immigration policies that have driven illegal border crossings to a 17-year low. Now, I already talked about that because, we have been aliens. We are kind of space aliens ourselves. The aliens were here before us, so we're kind of all illegal aliens on this planet. Well, there's not many illegal aliens coming across the border from Mexico or Central America now. I wonder why. Because Obama, he also enacted pretty tough rules against employers, so started curtailing off at the end of his presidency. You got to give due where due is done, okay? And with the tougher laws and the immigration policies that are changing in this country, people are getting wind that, hey, we can't come there illegal anymore. Duh. You're like, maybe I'm going to go to Afghanistan illegally or El Salvador. See what happens to me. Maybe I'll cross the border to Mexico and go there illegally. Ooh. And I commit a traffic violation. Ooh. And I'm an illegal alien in Mexico. Ooh. You are in some major prison time. You have to go get an abogado. That's Spanish for attorney. Okay. He removed more job-killing regulations through legislation than any president in U.S. history. Estimated savings, $18 billion annually. Economic optimism has been renewed, with consumer confidence reaching its highest levels in 16 years, and ordered the toughest new rules to stop the revolving door between Washington lobbyists and government officials in history. I'm just saying, not too bad already. The Trump administration, according to the Associated Press, reported March 3rd, 2017, that according to the U.S. Department of Labor, unemployment claims dropped by 19,000 from 242,000 the previous week to the lowest level in 44 years since March 1973 when Richard Nixon was president. Well, and that's when the Vietnam War was going on, okay? That's right at the end of the war. And Nixon opened up China in 73. That's a whole nother show. I'll tell you about that one day. The Labor Department further reported that 2.7 million Americans are collecting unemployment insurance, down from that 7% from a year ago. The Labor Department also considers the U.S. job market to be solid, with employers adding a healthy 227,000 jobs in January, pushing the unemployment rate to 4.8%, closing what economists consider full employment. Woo, baby, I'm blowing. On February 28, 2017, Fox News reported there was a significant drop in illegal immigration across the southwest border during President Trump's first month in office compared to that of the last 3 months of the Obama presidency, according to U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP. In January 2017, 31,575 individuals were taken into custody between the ports of entry on the southwest border, compared with an average of more than 45,000 for each of the previous 3 months, according to the CBP. In an effort to detail President Trump's major accomplishments, hey, man, people are starting to get the word out there. You know what I mean? Estimated savings, $18 billion. Economic optimism. Order the toughest new rules already. Already things are starting to shape up. Things are starting to get out. Yes, foreign policy. On January 27th, President Trump signed a presidential memorandum directing the Secretary of State Defense to develop a plan to defeat our people that want to defeat us and kill us all. Saying hi to Garrett Charleston Coleman. Hey, are you related to like the Coleman company that creates like camping material and stuff? Man, that's cool. Desi, how you doing, man? I hope all is well. Well is well, and I'm doing okay. EMC just joined. Thanks a lot, EMC. Appreciate you checking in with us. President Trump on February 7, 2017 met King Abdullah II of Jordan, our friend, February 2nd, discussing defeating ISIS, creating safe zones in Syria, emphasizing the U.S. commitment to strengthening the security and economic partnership with Jordan. On February 3rd, Department of Treasury sanctioned 25 individuals and entities involved in Iran's ballistic missile program. President Trump, in phone calls with NATO Secretary General Hans Stoltenberg, February 5th, discussed how best to encourage all NATO allies to meet their defense spending commitments. On February 27th, President Trump proposed increasing the military's budget by $54 billion. On April 6th, 7th, President Trump met the President Xi Jinping of China at Mar-a-Lago, recruiting China's assistance in President Trump's effort to contain North Korea. The little crybaby boy, the little fat crybaby boy, fat boy. He should be part of the rap group, the Fat Boys, don't you think? He could be like the North Korean fourth guy of the Fat Boys, and he could do the rhymes in North Korean. Wait, I sound more like indigenous American, don't I? Yeah, that wouldn't go over. On April 13th, President Trump authorized use of GBU Moab 22,000-pound bomb Okay, what else we got going on? He's creating jobs, and the list goes on. On January 24th, President Trump signed the President's Memorandum ordering that all new pipeline construction and repair work use materials made from America. Open up the Keystone XL pipeline, signed an agreement with the Dakota people to take care of that. On January 24th, President Trump signed an executive order expediting the environmental review and approval process for infrastructure projects. And the list goes on. And for February, and the list goes on for March. And the list goes on into April. And now he's working on taxes. And he's revisiting the health issue. And the list goes on for border control, reducing size of government. And the list goes on to draining the swamp. That's right. President Trump signed an executive order establishing new ethics commitments for all executive branch appointees, putting in place a 5-year lobbying ban and a permanent ban on lobbying for foreign governments so appointees serve the American people instead of their own interests. President Trump signed a president memorandum putting in place a hiring freeze for federal civilian employees to stop the growth of a blotted government and bloated government. It is blotted and bloated. Defending the Constitution, helping women succeed in business. On February 13, President Trump, in a joint meeting with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, launched the United States-Canada Council for Advancement of Women Entrepreneurs and Business Leaders, H.R. 255, which encourages National Science Foundation to recruit and support women to expand their focus in the commercial world in its entrepreneurial programs, H.R. 321, which requires the National Aeronautics and Space Division to encourage women and girls to study science, technology, engineering, mathematics, pursue careers in aerospace, and further the nation's space exploration. Bada bing, bada boom, and the list goes on. Now you tell me this guy sucks.
He sucks.
What?
He sucks.
What? Yeah, you are in the distant past there.
He sucks.
And, you know, by saying that, you just show your ridiculous ideology. It comes through, and here's why. Because he's accomplished more than any one president has in the first 100 days of positive change.
Executive orders only, no legislation.
Doesn't make any difference.
It's all
Obama
boo,
had more executive
nothing.
orders than Reagan.
And it
So
could
it
all be
doesn't make
changed
any
with the next
difference.
administration.
Doesn't make it. Hey, you didn't cry that when Obama was.
No,
signing all the
but he didn't do
executive
it.
orders.
And how many games of golf has he played?
It doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, it does.
Look
He
at all the
lied.
stuff
He
he's
lied
done.
to the American
He's
people. He said,
established
I'm not going
He's
to play
established
golf.
strength
I'll
back
be
for
in the White
American
House
life.
doing my
He's
job.
starting to handle
He
the
lied.
border. He's starting to handle the jobs. He's starting
He
to handle
lied.
health. He's going to reduce your taxes. He's strengthening our
Well, yeah,
military. We've got
it's
respect
all
around the world.
pie in the
China's
sky.
Gonna help us take down North Korea.
Bovine.
There's not going to be any nuclear holocaust.
Bovine.
North Korea is afraid of China. They're so darn close to them. Come on now, and the list goes on. And the hit
Oh,
parade
it's all
keeps going.
bovine.
The hit parade keeps
Humbug.
on rolling. Yes.
The
Okay,
list of
now-
do nothing.
Now, these lunatic left-wing liberal courts are trying to stop him on the immigration. That's going to go to the Supreme Court. Now they're trying to stop him on tax cuts. There was a court in San Francisco today that just talked about something that they're trying to stop him on, something good for America, and they're trying to stop him on that. I'll get to it in a second. But you see, the country can't be run by courts. It can't be run by judges of the 9th District, the most liberal district. In fact, they should cut that up and make that 9, 10, 11, and 12 districts. That's way too big. It may have served a purpose at one time in this country, but it's time to cut it up. Make it more equal to what the other districts are in the United States of America of the Circuit Court. But we have a conservative Supreme Court, so it will be interesting to see. And Ginsburg, I think, might be retiring soon, and there's somebody else that might be retiring soon. Is that one of my favorite judges might be retiring? The guy never says anything. I'll get to his name in a second. He might be retiring soon as well. So they're trying to stop him. They're trying to beat him up, and it's not going to happen. He's going to prevail, and things are getting better. Real estate-wise, things are getting better. Finances are getting better. Economy's getting better. Economics are getting better. The interest rate's still low. We're getting down the debt, continuing on. So, Obama drove the debt up more than anybody. But then he started bringing it down. But he drove it up more than anybody, but he started bringing it down towards the end of his presidency. So that's continuing. This guy's not bringing it up. At least we know that so far. So we'll see about taxes. I sure like keeping more of my money. That's for sure. I don't like to give money away. I give too much away to Uncle Sam and the state of California. And El Stupido, Governor Brown, keeps on making these funny ideas about stuff. Funny ideas he's coming up with. There's something else I wanted to chat with you about real quick, and that is, here it is. The judge blocks Trump's order on sanctuary city funding. Now, Los Angeles is a sanctuary city under Confetti Garcetti, and so are many other cities in the United States of America. But they're trying to do sanctuary states like Washington State right now. And there's a bill passing through the assembly a-holes up in Sacramento that they're trying to make California a sanctuary state. Now think about it. I don't know about you, but I do remember a time in Los Angeles, because I've been here 55 of my 57 years of life. And I do remember a time when the freeways were not filled full of potholes. I do remember a time when there was no trash along the freeways. I do remember a time when there were no potholes. I do remember a time when all the lights worked. I remember a time when there was no trash on the street. I remember a time when there was no homeless urinating and defecating on the street, because they can here in Los Angeles. I remember a time when there was no graffiti. Yeah, I remember these times because things were kept clean. I remember a time when things were in order, the sidewalks were fixed, the curbs were fixed. I remember all these things. And it really wasn't that long ago, maybe 30 years. But in the last 30 years, what has happened, this city has fallen into a cesspool. And part of the reason is the LA City Council. These guys and gals, I don't know what they're into, but they just allowed illegal vending to become legalized. So yeah, okay, that's great. You come home after a long day of work at your house, and over the back 6-foot wall, you got a taco truck and 14 people waiting in line because there's 37 people eating around your backyard wall, making all kinds of noise and talking, and all the lights are on, and they're throwing their trash in your yard, and you call the police, and the police come out, and they've been ordered by the city council to do nothing, not even give a ticket. That's what they've been ordered to do. You call the health department, there's one health official for the city of Los Angeles. Oh, excuse me. There's 2 health officials for the city of Los Angeles, one for the city and one for the valley. And that's it. So they're inundated. They're not going to do anything. So what do? Nothing. You go out there and take hands into your own matter. You are going to get arrested because you own a property and you pay taxes and you are trying to keep your yard clean. But yet the infinite wisdom of the LA City Council, just like the infinite wisdom of the Democratic Party, and I say that because most of the city council members are Democrats. There's only one Republican. That's it. There are no independents. That's it. There's only one, Mitch Englander, and all the rest of them are Democrats. And well, do you remember Detroit? Boy, after 40 years of domination in Detroit, the Democratic Party from 1960 basically destroyed that and made it a EBT state and a welfare state. Nothing got done. When you got money going out, no money coming in. Only now Detroit is starting to turn around with high-tech software and high-tech businesses, because now they don't have hardly any more people there. About half the population is gone and half the houses are gone. All right, so, it's changed. But they destroyed that city. Chicago's on its way out, my hometown. That's going to be completely destroyed if they don't do something about it. And all these people are under Democratic rule in sanctuary cities. Now, go figure that one. I think I would rather have 25,000 police officers than just under 10,000 for LA City. New York has like 45,000. They got a friggin' Roman legionnaire. They got a legion of police officers in New York City. And thank you for Mayor Giuliani, who cleaned up New York City, irrespective of whether you think he did it right or wrong. Sure, it's nice walking down on the Lower East Side. I remember the Lower East Side in the late 80s, 90s when I was there. Yeah. And Harlem is really nice now. Yes. And Brooklyn's turning around, and Queens are turning around. And of course, the central part of the city where all the money is good, but it's starting to spread out because New York is looking pretty darn good. Not bad. Why is that? Because they had a tough policy mayor. We got a Confetti Garcetti mayor. He got no policy. He just smiles good and is handsome. And his daddy was the district attorney for the city of Los Angeles, who allowed O.J. Simpson to go from Beverly Hills Superior Court in Beverly Hills, where the actual murder took place, over to L.A. Superior Court because of the great genius, Johnny Cochran. Johnny Cochran, what a genius lawyer. What a genius lawyer. He knew that the jury pool in Los Angeles would be nothing but Latinos, African Americans, and very few whites and Asians. But the jury pool in Brentwood and Beverly Hills would have been all Jewish and white. Yes, Johnny Cochran played the race card. Absolutely. Everybody knows that. And he was superb. What a team he put together. Cost OJ $60 million. I wonder if you would get that kind of justice. You wouldn't get that kind of justice. You're going to get thrown in the county jail if something happens to you like that. That's right, because there's laws for the rich and the wealthy and the elite, and there's laws for the rest of you and me. We get pulled over and thrown in jail when we have a parking ticket that goes too long. They went looking for me for a $30,000 bail on a friggin' seatbelt ticket. Can you imagine that? Yeah, I had to do community service time. Got it off the record and everything, but for a seatbelt ticket. Go figure. Yeah, but, that's the way it is. Also, that other idiot got off with murder, too. Beretta, that's right, Bobby Blake. He killed his wife and got off for murder because he had a lot of money to pay his attorneys. Seems like that's the way our corruption is, especially in the state of California. The LA City Council has got to be the most corrupt council I've ever seen. Of course, I've never seen too many of them, but I was a part of the Sun Valley Neighborhood City Council. I worked closely with CD6 and Nuri Martinez, and boy, she said old switcheroo. They all do. They get in there in their second term at $195,000 a year and everything paid for. Hey, come on now. Come on. You think they're going to jeopardize their job for you or me or anybody? Absolutely not. So there's more people. There's 50,000 illegal vending businesses in the city of Los Angeles alone. 50,000. And none of them are clean. They got poor health ratings. They don't even get a health rating. The rancid meat stays outside, doesn't even get air conditioned or refrigerated during the hot summers. The fruit is horrible. Botulism, all kinds of disgusting things. Varmints, cockroaches, silverfish, rats, mice. And the low-life scumbag prostitutes and the low-life scumbag perverts and pedophiles and human traffickers and pimps and gang members all hang around these. I fought this stuff for 10 years, man. I fought this stuff in the San Fernando Valley, the land of suburb. So please, don't talk to me about the DNC. Okay, now I ranted and raved for a little while. Let's go back to something that makes it a lot better and something that is a lot more fun than ranting and raving like I do. Because you know something, I am aggravated. I'm frustrated at what's going on in our city, in our state, and our country. I am frustrated, and I need some relief. That's what I need. I need some Pepto-Bismol. I need something to relieve me of my frustration. And whenever I do that, I just have to play it. That's right. Here we go. We got to do it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hit it. Let's learn how to cut fruit today. Hey, why'd you stop? Must be, it's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy to make Jesse T unhappy. That's what it is. A friggin' conspiracy. Oh my goodness, they're out to get me. They can't even let me have some fruit in the afternoon. Are you kidding me? Well, round and round and round they go. Where they'll stop, nobody knows. We do know that the computers are running a little bit slow. I'm telling you, it's a conspiracy. And if you haven't heard, then you have to hear this. There's something called, right now it's happening across America. There was a big blackout in San Francisco last week. I don't know if you heard about it. 90,000 people were without power. One has to ask, was that really a blackout or was that a created blackout? With the threat of North Korea right now and nuclear bombs and this crazy little fat rat bastard over there, right? Unchecked as he is. He says he even has a hydrogen bomb now. Isn't that amazing? So there's something that they have been doing quietly Homeland Security. It's part of Agenda 21. If you've never read Agenda 21, go back to 1993 and read Agenda 21. The most satanic president and family the country's ever seen, the Bushes, the lying varmints they were. They've been lying since old man Prescott Bush, old man Bush's daddy, President Bush, the last Bush's grandpa. So they've been doing something, Homeland Security, in connection with a lot of the special police agencies. It's called the Gotham. They're calling it the Gotham Plan. And what they're doing is tomorrow in Washington, D.C., they're shutting the city down as if there was a nuclear explosion, and to practice an emergency plan called Gotham. Now, if you know anything about Agenda 21, and you know anything of a few years ago about the Jade Helm experience, then you understand that when they talk about this, they're talking about randomly rounding up Americans. And they don't care what race you are, what religion you are, your age, or anything. Whether you're an American citizen, born here or not, immigrated here, became a natural citizen, or a citizen by choice. They did a big practice session a couple of years ago, Jade Helm, and they practiced mostly in the southern part of America. California wouldn't let them do it. That's one thing California did right. Before El Stupido Brown has gone lunatic crazy in his aged old age. So they're doing a thing called Gotham. And it's happening all across the cities in America, just in case there's a nuclear attack against America. You know, on the surface of it, you say, okay, good planning. Very much so. You got a plan. I hope you got lots of bullets and Band-Aids, water and food. And I hope you have a place to go and a vehicle pre-1973 when there was no computers. So if an EMP explosion happens, your car will still run on points and a distributor cap. I hope you have an exit policy to get out of there, so get away from the dropout and the fallout of radiation. If they blow it up in Long Beach Harbor, the wind will blow it out to San Bernardino. Yeah, won't make much difference. I think there's a bunch of radiated people living out there. Have you been out to San Bernardino? I used to work in San Bernardino. My goodness, San Bernardino has just fallen apart. It's unbelievable. Just unbelievable. Frightening. It's like Detroit. It's frightening. And so if a nuclear bomb goes off anywhere, or they detonate for an EMP explosion at 20,000 feet, that's it. We're back into the Stone Ages, guys. So I hope you're prepared. That's the best thing you can be, is prepared. You got to be prepared. You got to be a survivor. You got to be one of those guys that can go out there and eat bugs and eat bark and not get sick, and find water even in a desert, okay? Or create water even in a desert when you can't find it. Lots of water in a desert. It's called dew. In the morning, the desert has lots of dew, all right? And you can create water, almost a cup of water from dew. You just got to know how to do the dew in order to get the water as you do the dew. I'm not talking about doing the doo-doo. I'm talking about doing the dew. You got to get the dew out of the air and turn it into water. And there's a way of doing that. There's a couple techniques. But here's the key. This Gotham plan is kind of scary. The nefarious side of it is this. Rounding up Americans? I don't know. No more habeas corpus? I don't know. It's kind of scary. And that's tied in with the old Jade Helm from a couple of years ago in Agenda 21. There is something there in the background. Governments don't do anything without a background plan. They have a plan out front that they allow you and I to see, but there is other reasons. So just keep a watch on this Gotham plan. Was San Francisco part of it? Was San Francisco and the 90,000 people that lost electricity part of it? I don't know. But boy, the question marks and the bells and the whistles and the light bulbs go off in my head, because this is what will happen if all mayhem breaks loose in America. Do you think that Americans are going to be too kind to each other when they need water and food and medicine? Do you think that the gang members are going to become very, they're going to be, go back to chivalry and be genuine, honest, loving people? Do you think the military is going to help us out when the military itself will be stretched to the limit? See, the scary thing here is that, folks, you're going to be on your own. It's that simple. You're going to be on your own. And this is what will happen. This happened right up in Oakland. It happened in Oakland not too long ago. And it's pretty scary. Oakland, they have a subway system. It's called BART. It goes into San Francisco. And what happened here, listen closely, on Saturday night, is what will happen when chaos and anarchy run amok up your street. So if you think you're prepared, you better become more prepared, because you're not prepared enough. Preparation never stops. A prepper never stops. So preparation is real important. We live in uncertain times, and nobody is going to be there to help you. 2 or 3 bombs dropped over America, and we are back to the Stone Age. A half a dozen nuclear bombs around the planet goes back to the Stone Age. Doesn't take much. Just knock out the power. They will, because they have those things that can do that. And once the power is gone, people die. That's simple. So, BART police are beefing up patrols at Oakland stations after dozens of juveniles terrorized riders Saturday night when they invaded the Coliseum station and commandeered at least one train car, forcing passengers to hand over bags and cell phones and leaving at least 2 with head injuries. The incident occurred around 9:30 p.m. Saturday. Witnesses told police that 40 to 50 juveniles, 40 to 50 juveniles. Saying hi to Bob Gore. What's happening, Bob? 40 to 50 juveniles. Saying hi to JG. What's up? 40 to 50 juveniles flash mobbed BART, flooded the station, jumped the fare gates, and rushed to the second-story train platform. Some of the robbers apparently held open the doors of a Dublin-bound train car, while others streamed inside, confronting and robbing, and in some cases beating riders down. I've been there 24 years, and this is the first time I've ever heard of anything like this happening, said Keith Garcia, a BART police officer and union president. $40 to $50. We don't get our cities back in shape, guys. We don't start backing our police. We don't start living by the land of law. We are on our way and doomed for anarchy and chaos. And folks, I don't think you guys are ready for it. We walk around in this la-di-da kind of head that we have. We got people in North Korea that want to kill us with nuclear bombs. Whether they get one here or not, I don't know. But it could escalate. Iran wants to kill us with nuclear bombs and gas and whatever they can do. Our enemies want to destroy your way of life. We better stop bickering about the stupid politics and whether or not president is good or not. Because when push comes to shove, he commands our military. And I don't know about you, but I surely would want our military to defend our homeland. Those where our true heroes are. I'm getting pretty tired of Black Lives Matters. I'm getting pretty tired of the KKK. I'm getting pretty tired of neo-Nazis. And I'm getting pretty tired of born homegrown terrorists. And I'm getting pretty tired of jihadist, psychopath, fanatical killers. I'm getting pretty tired of people putting this country down. I'm pretty tired of it. Go live somewhere else. Go away. And don't come back another day. This is the land of the free and the brave. This is the land that we have to defend. And all this bickering that Congress does, they're horrible. They're horrible. Just horrible. They can't agree to what toilet paper to buy for the bathroom down yonder from Congress or the Senate. It's just terrible. They just argue for the sake of arguing. That's American politics. But I think there's more at stake than just bickering over things. Sanctuary cities, I think we need that money, those billions of dollars, put into our cities and our people, not immigrants coming to this country illegally. And most of them are not coming from Mexico anymore. And that's a good thing. But they're coming from somewhere else. But it's going down. So we got to get rid of the sanctuary cities. That's for sure. Yeah, that massive coordinated terror attack drill, it's happening Wednesday in Washington, D.C. That's a massive coordinated terror attack drill called Gotham. So keep your eye on that. It's kind of scary. Oh, you hear me talking about Fukushima? Well, finally, first Canadian salmon test positive for Fukushima radiation, cesium-134. That's just up from Tillamook County, Oregon. I told you, don't eat any Pacific fish. You're going to get radiated. Pretty much all the Pacific Ocean is radiated. I don't jump in the water in the Pacific Ocean anymore. Sorry. The redwood trees and the sequoia trees, they get their water from the sky, not the roots, because they're so high. They grab it from the clouds up north. The tops of the redwood trees and the sequoia trees are starting to show the signs of radiated spray that comes off the ocean. They've tested that a couple of years ago. Fukushima, world's worst disaster. So we got to take this guy North Korea out some way, somehow, because we can't let that happen to us. No, sirree. All right, guys. ABTV Live and the digital broadcasting TV station. I feel a lot better. Played my fruit stress relief a couple of times. You like that? Go to my website, facebook.com/Jesse Torero. Hey, download that free app off of Google, off of Android, for Android and apps, Android and Apple. Go to thepowervoices.com, aventertainmentlive.com. Also check out our Instagram live feed, live stream, Periscope, Snapchat, and everywhere we are, because we're on the air and everywhere, and you just have been in the world according to Torero. Tomorrow, a couple of guests going to be checking in, so it's going to have a lot of fun as we head to the weekend, and we cross halfway through the week right here on the Jesse T Show, every Monday through Friday from 5 to 6. You have been in the world according to Torero. That's Lee Michaels. Even though you're a Democrat. The Brown Beauty is off duty. See ya.
I'm Nancy Renee.
And I'm Adrienne Shapiro.
We're the founders of Access Advocacy, a nonprofit for the benefit of people with sickle cell disease.
We provide education and support for families, caregivers, and the medical community.
Join us every Tuesday at noon Pacific Time on thepowerofvoices.com.
We'll talk about current issues, what's on the horizon for treatment, and how to help families living with chronic diseases. And we look forward to you joining us on Tuesdays at noon Pacific on The Power